Hey Jackal, this is my list of top 5 new features in DaVinci Resolve 18.5. It's actually 10 because I split them on the free and studio version. Let me know in the comments down below which features you use the most. Now let's get digital. Let's take a look at the free features in DaVinci Resolve 18.5 beta. We have the modify keyframes during playback on the edit timeline. So I'll simply press play, hold Ctrl and press the left square bracket to add a keyframe during the playback. Now this adds it to the audio because the audio was the last thing that I've changed. I can maybe go to the video, add a keyframe to the rotation, and when I press play and hold Ctrl and the left square bracket, this added the keyframe to the rotation, and now I can simply adjust the rotation. And if I press play again and add some more keyframes, this will also add the keyframes to the rotation angle. To jump between the keyframes, you can simply use the square brackets to go left and right. If you want to change which keyframes this uses, the video ones or the audio ones, simply change between the video and audio here. As you can see, this now goes on the audio keyframes. And if I change this back to the video, this will use the video keyframes, which you can display with this button. We have the multi-merge node in the Fusion, which I've made a simple composition. To use the multi-merge, you will open the select tools, shift space, tap in multi, and you'll have the multi-merge node here. Now what you can do with the multi-merge node, you can connect as many nodes as you want. I have 4 in this case, but what you can also do is simply select the layer that you want. You can go above the input points so you know which layer is which, so you can make the right adjustments, and each layer has its own apply mode. So you can change the apply mode for each individual layer that goes into this merge node. And I think this is good because now you only need to have one merge instead of multiple merges. So let's just take a look what I've done. In this media node, I've removed the background. In this media in node, I've used the first one as a mask to mask the foreground and display this in the back. I've removed the background and scaled this guy down. And in this media node, I've simply adjusted the color and positioned this in the back. And the media in node that is connected in the background of the multi-merge will set the output resolution. So in this case, it's 1080p. If I connect this video, which is 4K, the output will also be 4K, as you can see. And then we can export the current frame as a still in the edit page, cut page, and media page. And in all of the pages, you'll have to go to the file, export, and current frame as a still. And you can select from all of these options. And you can see you also have the PNG option. Now the deliver page also has this option. Let me just shorten this clip. So I'll select this clip, select in and out, go to the deliver page. You can now select the format as a GIF, which is animated. So I'll save this now as a GIF. But you can also save this as a PNG image sequence. So you have the PNG. This will be an automatic image sequence. Give it a name. I'll just leave it to untitled. So I have a GIF which looks something like this. And I have in total 45 PNG images. So if you need to export the PNG image sequence, you can. As you can see, it also adds a number at the end, which is sequential, so you could actually import this back as a PNG image sequence. You then have timeline backups, which you have to go to DaVinci Resolve, Preferences, Users, Project Save and Load, and enable the timeline backup options. What this will do, when you click the media pool and right-click on the timeline, you can restore the timeline backup. And when you do restore it, this will make a copy of it. As you can see, it added the backup name to the name of the timeline, so the original one is kept as it was. And then we have some new titles and transitions. When it comes to the titles, I'm not really certain which one is new. Maybe the glitch one, this digital glitch. Maybe this one's new. But when it comes to the transitions, we do have some new ones. So we have this block glitch. We have this circle spin, which looks nice. We have the detail dissolve, edgy. At least I think this one is new. We have the logo wipe, which has a lot of options. Let me just show you. So this is the logo wipe. You have the sample text. If you want, you can disable it. You have the custom logo, so you can simply drag the logo image inside. This could also be a video. You have the animation and you have the glow settings. We then have the mosaic and multi-circle wipe. This radial one I think is also new, as is the RGB splitter and the shash and the slice push. Then I think this one is also new, tile wipe. And I think that's about it. And now let's take a look at the list of top 5 features in the studio version. The first one is text-based editing. So if you have a video clip with audio, like in this case we have Shia LaBeouf, you can right-click on a clip when you're inside the media pool. You can use transcribe audio, or you can simply click on the clip and click on this button. Now I've already done the transcription before, so this is already done, otherwise you'll have to wait a moment. And how this works is you can simply select a section of the audio and click append. Now let's see how accurate this is.
Do it! Just do it!
So it was quite accurate, but the pause is quite big. And there's also a section of the don't from this part. So you'd have to do some cuts manually. Also, not everything is transcribed correctly, as you'll hear in this part.
Nothing is impossible!
So he says nothing is impossible, but we have here everything is impossible. And as you can see, I also had to select the it for everything to be on the timeline. If I just do this and append, so it skips most of the words. As you can see, we only have this section. What you can also do is you can also insert, play into out. So you can also set in and out sections. So I and O, and I can append this section. So you can also adjust the clips like so. So you can edit it in this way. You can also make subclips from the selection. So I can make a subclip from this selection, as you can see. So this clip is the original selection that was made. This one I have already extended to the left. And if you have issues seeing the text, you can increase the size and also make it black and white. And let's see what the markers do, because this is not documented at the moment. We have the ending of the marker, and let's see where the beginning is. So it's at this point. So basically it took this part, not the one that I clicked. So let's see. Some people dream. Add the marker to this point, so you can see the markers on the actual video clip. Click append.
Some people dream.
Now in this example, as you can see, it took the whole pause for some reason.
Some people dream.
and the some people dream is actually just this part. So when it comes to text editing, as you can see, they still have some work to do, especially if the idea is just to cut the text where something is being said and append it to the clip. You can also export this as a text file, the transcription, so that you can also use it maybe as subtitles if you want, but you have the option to make the subtitles. I have a video on that, but how to actually do the subtitles is go to the timeline and select Create Subtitles from Audio. Now this will now take the whole audio track. In this case, what I could do is just use in and out range, and because I don't have a subtitle track, this will automatically make a new subtitle track. But as I said, I have a whole video on that. So now I just have this section. You then have to match the caption beginning and the ending to the actual audio waveform.
Some people dream.
Now since we're in the media pool, what we also have is audio classification. This applies to audios, and you'll want to do this on audios or video clips that actually contain some audio. And in this case, we'll go to audio classification and click Analyze. Depending on how long the clip is, this may take some time. Now when everything is done, if you don't see anything, you'll have to go to the metadata. And if you still don't see anything, you'll have to go to the drop-down menu and either select all groups or just the audio. In this case, as you can see, the category was set to dialogue. And if you have the smart bins enabled, you can go to the collections. You will have all of the videos that are in the master bin, audio only. Now this clip is not audio only, so you don't see it inside here, but we'll see it in the dialogue, as you can see. You also have the music, effect, and uncategorized. And you can also have the subcategories, which are added automatically, at least from what I have tested. You can change the category here for the selected clip, but as you can see, you can't add any subcategories. You do have options to change some of these options, if that is what you want, but what you want is the categories and the subcategories. I can also go to my power bins. I have some audio inside. I'll select 6 clips. You can select all of them if you want, and I'll classify these audios. So let's see what I ended up with. In the metadata tab, and select audio. So this is an effect. This is an effect with whoosh and whoosh or swish. But as I said, you can't adjust the categories manually because this is also whoosh. That is an effect. This is an effect. This is also an effect. This is an effect. And this is also an effect. If it happens that anything is set to uncategorized, you can simply come into this menu and change this. And now if I put these audio files into my project and I go into the smart bins, under the effects, I'll see all of the audio files that have the effect. If I go to the master bin and maybe set this one to, let's say, silence, so it's not an effect. If I go to the effect, I don't see it. And under the subcategories, I only see 2 audios, because only 2 audios have either the whoosh or the swoosh and swish. Now if the subcategories can be manually set, please let me know in the comments down below. Since I'm in the edit page, let me show you the super scale, which they've improved. Previously, you had to go to the clip, so either right click on the clip, clip attributes, and under the video you have super scale. You could select the 2x, 3x or 4x option. The 2x enhanced is a new option, so you can select it like so. So if you apply the super scale, this is applied to the whole clip, not just this clip section. And what they have also added is the super scale in the inspector. So you don't have to right click on the clip to apply it, you can simply do it from the inspector tab. But as you can see, even if I select the different clips, the super scale is applied. And that's because they're actually not different clips, they are the same clip. So if I disable the super scale here, none of the clips will have it enabled. and you would want to use the super scale if you need to scale up a clip to a different project resolution. In this case, the clip is 1080p, and if I would use 4K, I would just use the super scale and scale it up. Now, the super scale option is very demanding on the PC, and so is this last feature, which is the relight in the color page. So let me show you how this usually works. Now, if you have a good PC, you would go to the effects, type in relight, connect it, and as you can see, it's super intensive. It's already struggling on my PC. So this is the relight. You could connect this one also to the second input, but as you saw, it's really not the best option for my PC. So what I'll do is I'll simply add another relight node, connect this one to here, and then this will be the second input to this relight node. Now in this bottom node, you'll want to use the surface map and use internal and output this as a surface map. So basically you will get this kind of a map, which also has the depth value, as you can see, and then you'll connect this one to here, and in this node, you will want to disable the relight map preview so that you can actually see the changes that it makes. And before you'll actually be able to see any changes, you'll have to select the surface map and set this to use input 2. And because my GPU is full, I actually have to close DaVinci Resolve and open it up again. So as you saw, this is very GPU intensive as well. Maybe you want to use directional light. You can also enable the open effects overlay so that you can see the changes. In this case, I don't really see any changes, but what does work is if I make any selection. So in this case, I'll go to the magic mask and select the first node, and the magic mask is also slow. And what I'll do is go to the qualifier and make a selection. So if I enable the mask overlay, this is my selection. It looks okay. I won't be doing anything with this footage. I just want to show you how it looks like. So now in this node, or actually in the last one, we can see the preview how it would look like. We still don't have the mask, so we have to connect it. And now as you can see, it will only affect this person. So I can disable this. And now in the relight, as you can see, we have some red light on his face. Let's go to the open effects overlay. So I have the light coming from this spot. So we can decrease the brightness, adjust the light maybe to a bluish light. And we could also increase the global exposure if that is what we want. So now as you can see, the light is getting affected. So this would have to be turned down. So this is how you can use the new relight option, but as you can see, it's very demanding on the whole PC. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, jackals, keep it digital.